Hello keluarga Malaysia, thank you for choosing updates at noon with me, Brene Fong. Making the headlines today, KCOM looking to improve books to screen adaptations. US House passes tough new gun measures. The Communications and Multimedia Ministry, KCOM, is targeting to improve the adaptation of high-quality publications into the silver screen and help boost the local film industry. Deputy Communications and Multimedia Minister Dato' Zahidi Zainul Abidin said various books-to-screen adaptations have been well received by Malaysians generally. KCOM through FINAS will continue to bolster the development of creative industry in the country, paving pathway for homegrown movies at the prestigious International Entertainment Industry Award ceremony, Oscar.
Saya berharap bahawa kita mintalah bahawa di masa depan ni kita akan beri galakan lagi lah kepada penerbit-penerbit filem di Malaysia ni untuk membuat super telemovie dan juga filem-filem. Tapi kita harap bahawa bukan sahaja FINAS yang terlibat, tapi kita mintalah syarikat-syarikat telco yang ada dan banyak lagi syarikat yang boleh memberi sumbangan, sponsor dan sebagainya untuk kita majukan filem-filem di Malaysia ni.
He said this after the launch of the super telefilm Bangkitkan Aku Kembali that was based on a novel written by a writer who won the 2018 National Books Award. He also stressed the need to revive the creative content ecosystem to enhance the socio-economic status of creative content writers. Manpower Department Training Institute ILJTM graduates have recorded more than 90% marketability each year from 2014 to 2020, showing the effectiveness of the institution's structured implementation of technical and vocational education and training TVET programs. Deputy Human Resources Minister Dato' Awang Hashim said TVET programs implemented under ILJTM were structured to fulfill the industry's needs. Elaborating further, Dato' Awang said as Malaysia entered the transition into the endemic phase, the workforce market is expected to be revived and open up more job opportunities for TVET graduates based on their acquired skills.
Di menjelang 2030 kerajaan mensasarkan peningkatan 35% tenaga kerja yang berkemahiran tinggi baru dalam sektor ekonomi dan TVET juga. Kita melihat TVET ini sebagai satu game changer ataupun medium yang dapat membantu mencapai sasaran tersebut. Jadi berdasarkan wawasan kemakmuran bersama ataupun WKB 2030 yang turut mengiktiraf TVET, sistem pendidikan TVET ini sebagai salah satu pemboleh daya yang dapat menyumbang ke arah pembentukan negara membangun yang makmur, inklusif dan mampan.
He also said that TVET institutions must undergo transformation through the introduction of new courses in line with technological advancement, especially digital technology. The Parliament Transformation Committee meeting yesterday has agreed to give mandates to Minister and the Prime Minister's Department for Parliament and Law, Datuk Sri Dr. Wan Junaidi Tuanku Jaafar, to conduct engagement sessions with stakeholders about preparations of Parliament transformation, which needs to be settled before the upcoming Parliament sitting. The Malaysia Parliament Communication Department in a statement said the matter would involve the formulation of the Parliamentary Services Act amendments to the House of Parliament, Privileges and Powers Act 1952, Act 347, and the drafting of a Code of Ethics for Members of Parliament. The meeting was jointly chaired by Dewan Negara Speaker Tan Sri Dr. Rais Yatim and Dewan Rakyat Speaker Tan Sri Azhar Azizan Harun. During the meeting, the committee has updated the new Parliamentary Services Bill and the amendments to the House House of Parliament Privileges and Powers Act 1952 that had been forwarded to Prime Minister Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri Yaakob. The government, through the Cabinet, agreed in principle with the proposal of the Parliament Transformation Committee that the Parliament functions according to the policy of separation of power as stipulated by the Federal Constitution. This includes the proposal to create an independent Parliamentary Service Commission and amendments to the Houses of Parliament Privileges and Powers Act 1952. Finance Minister Tengku Datuk Seri Zafrul Tengku Abdul Aziz has brushed aside talks on his political ambition, including the rumour that he will be contesting the Kuala Selangor parliamentary seat. He said that he remains committed with his work at the Finance Ministry and country's economic recovery efforts instead of politics.
Saya sekarang ni masih lagi kepada tugas saya di Kementerian Kewangan, tak ada pun memikirkan isu politik. Jadi fokusnya ialah isu-isu yang kita sedang hadapi dalam ekonomi, pemulihan ekonomi negara kita.
Jadi kita boleh cakap tak ada isu bertanding di...
Saya tak ada. Itu
Are you considering?
kita fokus kepada kerja tugas-tugas kita.
Bukan masa ini.
Masa ini. Not at this point in time.
He said this to reporters in response to rumour that he was targeting the Kuala Selangor parliamentary seat for his electoral debut in 15th general election GE15 on an UMNO ticket. The Kuala Selangor parliamentary seat is currently occupied by Datuk Seri Dr. Zulkifli Ahmad from Amanah, who was earlier reported to have said that he would not contest in GE15. Malaysia and the United Kingdom have signed a Memorandum of Understanding MOU on combating climate change, which will bolster bilateral cooperation between the two countries in implementing various strategies to tackle the global issue. Malaysia was represented by Minister of Environment and Water, Datuk Seri Tuan Ibrahim Tuan Man, and UK was represented by its Minister for Pacific Region and International Environment, Lord Zach Goldsmith. In a statement released, Datuk Seri Tuan Ibrahim reiterated commitments of both countries to work in tandem to reduce the emissions of greenhouse gas by sharing technical expertise in 5 main fields, namely joint venture in combating climate change, developing policy on reducing greenhouse gas emissions, scientific and technical research cooperation, encouraging more involvement by private sectors in efforts towards sustainable and low-carbon development, as well as community activities. The Minister expressed his confidence that through the cooperation, Malaysia's aspiration to achieve zero greenhouse gas emission could be realised by the year 2050. Coming up in sports, Malaysia stunned Turkmenistan in Asian Cup qualifiers. Malaysia beat higher-ranked team Turkmenistan 3-1 in their first Group E match of the 2023 Asian Cup qualifiers at the National Stadium in Bukit Jalil last night. The atmosphere was enlivened by more than 21,000 spectators who last saw the Harimau Malaya play at home in November 2019 before the COVID-19 pandemic outbreak. Malaysia dominated the game right from the start, which led to the opening goal by Muhammad Safawi Rasid in the 11th minute. Arif Aiman Muhammad Hanapi's cross from the left side was not properly dealt with by goalkeeper Mahmud Orazum Mahmedov, and unmarked Muhammad Safawi made no mistake of the opportunity. Kim Pangon's men continued the onslaught with winger Muhammad Faisal Abdul Halim, who got past the defence before beating Orazum Mahmedov on a one-on-one situation in the 16th minute. Trailing 2-0, Altimirat Anadurdiev's goal in the 38th minute ignited Turkmenistan's hopes after the striker's previous attempts were denied by national goalkeeper Muhammad Farizal Marlias. Malaysia extended their lead just before the break, with the third goal coming from defender Lavaro Kobin Ong, who made a solo run before firing a shot past Orazum Mahmedov. With the win last night, Malaysia topped Group E with 3 points, while Bahrain, who notched a 2-0 victory over Bangladesh, are in second place. Meanwhile, the national under-23 U23 football squad's efforts to end their 2022 AFC U23 Asian Cup campaign on a high note was thwarted by Vietnam as they crashed to a 0-2 loss in their final Group C match in Tashkent, Uzbekistan last night. Malaysia struggled to deal with Vietnam's repeated attacks, which began the minute with whistle blew at the start of their match at Locomotive Stadium, but managed to hold out till Vietnam striker Nam Man Dong headed in a cross by Nguyen Tan Nan to score the first goal in the 28th minute. Brad Maloney's boys still mounted the occasional foray off the field to breach Vietnam's tight defence, but a shot from outside the penalty box by Muhammad Aiman Afif Mat Afizul 2 minutes after ballooned above Vietnam's goal instead. Things then got worse for Malaysia as Muhammad Hairi Hakim Mamat received a red card for a handball when he tried to block Dong Quang No, which also gifted Vietnam with the penalty in injury time of the first half. Although the initial kick taken by the team captain Boy Huong Viet An was blocked by national goalkeeper Muhammad Firdaus Irman Muhammad Fadil, he was on target a split second later when he tapped the rebound in, putting Vietnam comfortably ahead with a 2-goal margin as the teams headed to the dressing rooms for half-time break. The match ended at 2-0 in favour of Vietnam, who entered the group stage in second place with 5 points. And with that, we end today's updates at noon. In our top story, KCOM looking to improve books to screen adaptations. Tune in to News at 10, coming up at 10 p.m. on My Freeview, saluran Berita RTM channel 123. We leave you with a video footage of an Egyptian artist that uses unusual materials to create portraits. Thank you for watching. I'm Renee Fong, Salam Keluarga Malaysia, and have a pleasant afternoon.